Greetings, weary travelers, and welcome to another edition of Television Field Production. This week we're going to go over Project 4. I'm going to show you how to do a little bit of screenwriting, and then we're going to do a little bit of work in Premiere. I'll show you how to stabilize some footage, and I'm going to show you briefly, I'm not going to go into too much depth on how to incorporate After Effects into your Premiere files, if you want to, of course. So let's get right into it. So this will be your last project that you're going to do, and it's going to be a narrative. Just think of it as a short film, and basically you're going to write a little movie. It's going to be 3 minutes long. You're going to take basically all the elements that you've learned in this class and apply it to one final project. It can be any genre. It can be comedy, it could be horror, a rom-com, it could be drama, just kind of anything. Anything kind of goes, but it is a scripted movie. You can have one actor if you wanted, or multiple. You can have one location or multiple. It's totally up to you. But one thing I'd recommend is when you're writing this, try to write it with as little words as possible, because that gets a little bit tricky with the acting. You're going to write a 3 to 5 page script. In each scene, you only have one establishing shot, meaning like a shot of a building, one master shot. That would be like a shot of a room. Mid shots, that would be a shot from the chest up, and the remaining shots will be close-ups or extreme close-ups. You need to use one of the 5 rules of composition in each one. No stock footage. Yeah, all of this you have to film. All of the editing must be done in Premiere. I know a few of you have circumvented that by working in iMovie or other thing and then importing it to Premiere. We're not going to do that this time. Everything needs to be done in Premiere. The film has to have a title at the beginning and then credits at the end. And again, it has to be 3 minutes. And you can see, we have some pre-production there. That's the script, story structure, basically a beginning, middle, and end. Character descriptions, that's just gonna, you're gonna build off the characters. They can't just be, without any kind of story. That could even just be a photo or something like that that tells something about them, tells something about the character. It could be, you film, let's say it's a soldier or something, you see all these medals on a desk or something like that, but you need to tell a little bit of story about the character. Editing, I'll be grading that. Your camera movement, for sure. Audio, it should be good, -6 and -12, and then editing and post-production. Color, and then finally file structure. So those are all things we've gone over. The one thing that's a little bit different is working with a screenwriting program. For this one, I would recommend this software. It's called Fade In. You can go into fadeinpro.com right there, and you go to downloads, and you can download a demo version of this. Now, the only thing that with the demo, you don't need to buy it. You just use the demo version, but it's going to have a watermark on it, and that's okay. I'll kind of go over some of that in a bit. So there's other programs out there. This one's Celtx. They all kind of work the same. I'm just going to open up a little screenplay that I've done, collaborated, and just go over some of the formatting, right? So in each piece, you're going to have to say, is it an interior shot or exterior? That will be ENT or EXT. And the location, this one's on a dock, and whether it's daytime or nighttime. And then, like this one, this is action. It's kind of interesting because this is, we're visually painting something here, but we're doing it with words, right? A commercial wharf. 2 lobstermen tend traps and fix equipment. It is cold, winter. They are dressed in multiple layers and working in the cold. They look miserable. There's a cup of Dunkin' Donuts, a pint of alcohol there on the ground between them, and cheap whiskey. And they're sitting across from each other. Joey grabs a bottle and turns the cap. He pours liquor into the coffee. He takes a drink from the cup. Notice they haven't given camera direction per se, but there are key elements in here. Well, there's traps, right? There's verbs. Lobstermen tending traps. Well, we can think about that in our heads. Fixing equipment. That's another visual element. It's cold, it's winter. Well, that speaks for itself. We probably see snow and ice and stuff like that. And also that they're dressed in layers. The Dunkin' Donut cups, that would indicate maybe that they're from a certain region or something. This is maybe like New England or something like that. And then it goes into a dialogue. Joey. It'd be nice to do this inside undercover, right? So this is just a dialogue between 2 people. You can see their names, Joey and Seth. And then it goes back into actions. Really, that's all I'm going to want with this one. You're visually going to say what's happening, and you're going to do 3 to 5 pages. That should give you about, 3 minutes. Really, it's about 2 pages per minute. It goes by quite quick. You'll be able to write it very quickly. So that's kind of the format I'm looking for. Now I'll show you a little bit of fade in, the demo version. So I'm going under my applications and then fade in. And I can get started. You can see over the right here, there's scene heading. So right there I can go exterior, day, dock, similar, right? And then if I hit enter, it goes right to action, right? So I can say Joey walks to the end of the dock. There he hears something rustling in the trash can. The trash raccoon, that's going to be a character, appears to be eating a banana inside a wool sock. That's disgusting. So then I can go to my character. I simply hit enter, then I hit tab. So you can see as I hit tab on my thing, it pops between action and character, which is great. So I hit tab. Let's see. And I'll put trash raccoon. Say here, Mr. Joey. Be a kind soul and help me get this banana out of the wool sock. Joey, that is disgusting, trash raccoon. I will not help you get that out of the wool sock. So you can see I'm just creating a little bit of dialogue. Then I said Joey goes to shut lid on the trash bin. The trash raccoon bites his hand. Joey And you can see it actually remembers the name, which is great. I just type the J in there and then I hit enter. Ouch. Trash raccoon. Why'd you do that? Now, here's another important thing about writing for this. You got to think of how do people speak, right? So you're not necessarily writing, why did you do that? You'd be like, why'd you do that? Right? That's how they would talk. So you're in writing, you would also give the actors a little bit of direction with this. Right? There we go. Looks like I spelled a few things wrong. So, a wool sock. So it will tell you, what you kind of did wrong there. Once you're finished with the end there, you can go to File, Export, and then just save it probably as a PDF or a text document. I'm trying to see if they have a PDF here. I can create PDF, all pages, and I'll call this Trash Raccoon. Save it there. So once you finish that, you can upload that. And you can see this it's a demo version, so it's going to have that watermark, which is fine. And then you can take that PDF and go ahead and upload that to Frame. So that was kind of it. All right. So again, if you have any questions, I'm available 7 days a week. It's faster to get in touch with me with WhatsApp and texting, but if you're not in too much of a rush, then you can just go ahead and email me. Again, I'm available 7 days a week for screen sharing as well. All right, let's go in. I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks in Premiere. Let's see. I'll work with some of the stuff we've worked in the past. I think field production, commercial. All right, we'll go ahead and do that. I think I have some stuff from there. I wanted to show you a few little tricks. It may be that some of you want to go a little bit beyond what you've learned with Premiere and stuff, and maybe incorporate some After Effects. Well, if you're going to do that, you're going to have to go to the Creative Cloud and download After Effects. That's this program right there. It'll also have a purple icon. And you'll want to make sure that you kind of upload that download that and open it up before you get going. But it's like that. That's After Effects. All right. So we've done some work with this. I'm going to start from... actually, you know what I'll do? I'm going to create a new sequence. I'll call this shaky footage. All right, and let's find some video format thing. Let's see. Try to find something a little shaky. All right. So let me find something that's a little... There we go. This is a little shaky. Okay, that's good right there. So you'll notice a few shakes there. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. If you want to take care of it, there's this great little program. It's under Effects. It's a preset. You type in Warp Stabilizer. And all you do is you simply drag that on your shaky footage. It'll analyze it and stabilize it. But you'll notice it crops it a little bit. Now watch, it's pretty stable. Look at that. It makes it pretty stable. But the trick is once you've stabilized it, you're going to want to make sure that you're in the editing window, like so, and you might want to scale it so it covers the whole thing. Otherwise, you'll see kind of those edges over there. So that's one thing I wanted to show you. Another thing I kind of wanted to show you is, let's say you wanted to add some effects to certain parts of this. Like you wanted to add graphics or text or have some graphics swing in, and you want to have a little bit more control over things. Well, the neat thing is you can use the dynamic linking with After Effects and kind of create some interesting stuff. So let's go ahead and try that. So when I'm ready to do something to a piece of footage, I can click on that, right click, and go replace with After Effects composition. Now when I do that, you'll notice my MPEG-4 will change right there. So I'm gonna click on that. And what it does invariably is it opens up After Effects. And it's gonna take a little bit to open that. So let's just wait for that to open. Now the neat thing is it will keep the timeline, which I find is very cool. Sometimes if your computer is slow or you don't have much RAM, it will take a little while to open. My computer is a little older, so it might take a little bit. Now for those of you who have super old computers, you might not want to try this. Oh, you can see I haven't done this. I'm not going to yeah, you might not want to try this if you have a super old computer or you don't have many resources on the computer, for sure. Now, it's going to open and it's going to ask you to, well, you'll first want to save that composition, but you'll want to save it inside your folder that you've created. Now, I'm not requiring that you do this. I just want to be clear about that. This is just another trick for you to be more successful. That's all we're doing here. And it's taken a while. I apologize. It's because it's the first time I've opened this version of it. So you see it will open up and it's saying, hey, where do you want to save this? Well, I made that folder, field production, and I think I'll put that under graphics, and I'll go ahead and name this Joggling Graphics. So now you can see it's moved over there. Now, the other cool thing is it's also done my time remapping too. So I can actually change some of those things if I wanted to, which is pretty cool. I have my time remap. If I wanted to, I could move those keyframes over. I could move just the end ones, for example, and make that footage a little longer. And it's really great stuff. Now the other thing is I could add some text right here. Let's try that. I'm just going to show you some basic stuff here and what you can do. So I'm going to go up to the text thing and I'll type in joggling. Joggling is super fun, right? Make that bigger. Make it bigger here. And maybe I want to put an effect on that. So I'll, let's see, do some perspective. Maybe I'll put a shadow on that. Yeah, there we go. Looks fun. but it's just kind of staying up there. Well, that's no fun. Well, here are some neat things that I can do. If I highlight it and go in, let's say I go in about 12 frames. You can see right over there, I can go in 12 frames. I typed it in right there. And if I hit Option P, that's position, it sets a keyframe for position. So that's where I want it to end up. Well, let's say I want it to come from the top over there. I'm going to scrub this playhead back to the beginning and move it off screen. And it kind of comes in. That's alright. It doesn't look super cool though. What makes it kind of neat here is you can do this thing where you add motion blur. So you can click right here and add motion blur. And that kind of makes it look a little cooler, right? And then if I wanted to move it off, I'm going to set another keyframe right there. Move it ahead like 9 frames, and then move it off the screen. Again, you don't have to do this if you don't want. But you can add some pretty compelling stuff with this. So, and then I can use my move tool and make an in and out point. Great. And when I'm done with that, I simply hit Command S for save. That will update it. And if I go back to Premiere, I just went back to Premiere, ta-da, it saves it in there. And then I can add other things if I wanted to as well, right? Let's say I wanted to add like a rectangle under there. I can go to my rectangle tool and make that. I could put that under the text. Ooh, maybe I don't like that color, right? Let's try something darker. Other cool thing is underneath, if I want to go to transform, I can change all of these things. I have position, scale, rotation, opacity. Option P for position, Option S for scale, Option R for rotation, and Option T for opacity. Think of translucent when you think of that one. But I can bring the opacity down on that. And I could also do some sort of movement, right? So let's say I want to do something there. Option P. And I'm going to scrub that off. I'm going to use my move tool, bring that down to the bottom, and it's going to go up there. And then let's say I want to make that go off screen. I'll set a keyframe right here, scrub ahead to the end, and then move that off screen to the top. Again, what I could do is add a motion blur to that. And you can see you can start building some pretty interesting graphics. The other thing you can do is you could also bring in compositions from Photoshop. But really that's another class which I teach, and you're more than welcome to take sometimes, special effects. It looks like I'll be teaching those in the summer. So, and then again I can make that in point and out point. And you can bring all kinds of stuff in there. I hit Command S for save, Command Tab, I go back to Premiere, and that saves it. So those are just a couple little things for you. Oh, the other cool thing is that After Effects does have also a warp stabilizer, so you could use that in here, and it has other things as well. So even when I quit out of After Effects, all that stuff is in there, and it stays in there. So it's pretty neat stuff. I'm going to go back to the syllabus. Oh, not that. So if I go to the syllabus, I'm going to take a look at this. So next week, what you'll do is you're going to have a screenplay, and you're just gonna write that and you're gonna put it in there. Now you're gonna post that up on Frame. That's gonna be new next week, and then you're just gonna start filming your last project. On the 23rd, your last project will be due. If you want to get going on this sooner, feel free to. Start now. But that's it in a nutshell. And this is our last assignment. So screenplay, and then you're going to film your last project. Again, any questions? I'm available 7 days a week. And I look forward to seeing your work. Your work has been really great. I truly enjoyed watching the music videos. I'm looking forward to the commercials. It's been really fun, and I really hope that you've had a fun time in this class too. I tried to make it something that had a summertime feel to it. That was interesting and kind of fun, and I hope you're enjoying it. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.